Modern warfare is characterized by an abundance of various types of weaponry. And perhaps the main representative of this new type of weapon is, of course, the UAV.
How long?
12 minutes. About a minute, then it...
The functionality of drones is multifaceted. There are strike drones. The Bayraktar, which has become popular among Ukrainians, belongs to this type. No less important are reconnaissance drones, because it is thanks to these flyers that Ukrainian soldiers learn the enemy's positions almost in real time. And of course, a separate category should be set aside for the so-called kamikaze drones.
There, go! Drop it!
The excessive number of reports about these very flyers has given rise to a new term, the first drone war. Let's take a closer look together at which drones Russia uses to terrorize the civilian population, which kamikaze drones Ukrainians have crowdfunded as a nation, and of course which flyers our allies are supplying us with. The Shahed 136 is a loitering munition purchased by Russia from Iran. The only difference is that it's been slightly repainted and renamed Geran 2, something neither side wants to openly admit.
Indeed, the contract could have specified only large block assembly, but large block assembly might just mean repainting the Shahed in Russian colors and adding the Geran 2 logo. And that's pretty much what happened.
The distinctive feature of this kamikaze drone is in its assembly. Its production cost is minimal and it's assembled from cheap, readily available parts. The characteristic sound comes from the use of the MD5550 two-stroke engine, which is a clone of the German L550E engine developed in 1987.
Back in the day, engines like these were used in mopeds. You can hear it from very far away on mopeds, which is why it's called a moped. It's an internal combustion engine, meaning there's a gasoline tank, an engine that leaves a strong heat signature, and it drives a pusher propeller.
The engine is the only metal part of the drone. Other than that, it's almost entirely made of plastic and wood. This kamikaze drone has a delta-like triangular shape, a length of about 3 meters, a wingspan of just over 2 meters, and a flight speed of around 180 kilometers per hour. With a total weight of about 200 kilograms, the warhead weighs around 40 kilograms, which is roughly equivalent to the destructive power of a heavy 203mm shell. As we mentioned earlier, the drone flies thanks to a gasoline engine, which provides it with a flight range of 1.5 to 2,000 kilometers. Most often, Shaheds are used in swarms. In other words, they are launched in large numbers at once. These drones are launched from a special platform that somewhat resembles a regular truck with a tarpaulin cover. Thanks to the small number of metal parts, low flight altitude, and also the low speed of the flight itself, this kamikaze drone is a nuisance for any air defense system. And for these same reasons, the drone can even be shot down with small arms. Why was the Iranian development such a perfect fit for Russia? It's simple. Shahed 136 is a primitive drone with a unique heavy warhead and an inertial guidance system.
Right now I'm in the center of Kyiv, where an Iranian drone, an unmanned aerial vehicle, flew in and struck a residential building.
An inertial guidance system does not allow for pinpoint accuracy, so to speak, when you're sitting hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away from the target. The Shahed is programmed with approximate coordinates, it takes off, and after that there is no further route correction. It's basically a cheap terrorist drone for a terrorist state. But not all kamikaze drones are used to destroy civilian infrastructure. In the civilized world, kamikaze drones are serious high-precision weapons.
The Shahed uses an inertial guidance system while the Switchblade uses a telecommunication system. In other words, the operator can see exactly where he is directing the aircraft at all times.
The American Switchblades, which the US has been supplying to Ukraine since the spring of 2022, are precisely high-precision weapons. After all, the built-in GPS system and camera allow the drone operator to monitor and control the kamikaze drone's flight using a special remote control. These kamikaze drones come in two types, the Switchblade 300 and the Switchblade 600. The main difference between these two kamikaze drones is their size and warhead. The Switchblade 300 is noticeably smaller. For example, it weighs just under 3 kilograms compared to the 25 kilograms of the 600 model. The warhead of the 300 is about 1 kilogram versus 8 kilograms for the 600. Its length is about half a meter compared to its 1.5 meter counterpart. Both kamikaze drones are powered by electric motors, but while the 300 can fly about 10 kilometers and for no more than 10 minutes, the 600, thanks to a larger battery, can fly for 40 minutes and up to 40 kilometers. The first request for kamikaze drones in the US appeared during the war in Afghanistan. Back in 2011, the US Army was in urgent need of devices to counter enemy ambushes. And it was the Switchblade 300 that came to the rescue in this matter. The 600, on the other hand, was developed much later. It is also called the Flying Javelin, since its warhead is borrowed directly from the Javelin missile. That's why the 600 is capable of taking on even heavily armored vehicles. Both UAVs are compact, which allows a single soldier to carry both the drone and its launcher, essentially a grenade launcher, in their backpack. Another advantage of their small size is, of course, the difficulty in detecting these kamikaze drones.
EPR stands for effective scattering surface. So up to 2 meters at that particular level, like you mentioned, it's approximately the same as before. And Switchblades, they're practically invisible to detection stations, to radar detection stations. They simply can't be seen. Their RCS is extremely small, but once you go above 2 meters, like for example the Shaheds, those can be detected. That is, their RCS is about the same as a small airplane.
But it's not only the US that has developed effective kamikaze drones based on the model mentioned by the expert Bolkanofingo. In Ukraine, Ram-2 UA UAVs are produced. Ukrainians donated money for these drones to volunteer Serhiy Pritula.
As of 12 noon today, we have officially recorded in total 352 million hryvnias.
The operation of the Ukrainian kamikaze drone is perfectly demonstrated in this video. The deployment time for such a system is less than 10 minutes. The drone takes off with the help of a catapult. The kamikaze is powered by an electric motor, which ensures a silent flight in the sky. The drone is controlled by an operator using a remote control located at the control station. The dimensions of the Ukrainian drone are as follows. Wingspan is about 2 meters, length is 1.5 meters. The frame weighs 8 kilograms, of which 3 kilograms are the warhead. The electric motor gives the Ukrainian kamikaze more than 50 minutes of flight time, with a flight range of about 30 kilometers.
The best way to compare it is with the 600 model. That is to say, the warhead in this case is somewhat smaller in size, and as a consequence, the combat range is reduced by about 10 kilometers compared to the other. However, overall, these are still quite similar devices, even though they are launched from different types of launchers. The way they are used and the method for guiding them to their targets remain essentially the same. Both make use of telemetry equipment for guidance.
The telemetry equipment ensures the precise execution of the assigned task, namely, the destruction of enemy military equipment or personnel. And while some kamikazes in particular terrorize civilians, others in fact help accomplish victory on the battlefield.
Glory, Ukraine.